Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, you know that I've added a trolling motor to my kayak, and so since it's added that substantial weight, it's really tough to put the kayak up on the roof rack and use my Thule kayak carrier. So I needed to find something that I could carry the kayak in the bed of the truck. Did some research, and the only thing that I could really find that fits what I need is the Boonedox extended kayak holder. So got it in, and we're going to install it and see how it looks. So this is the newer version of the Boonedox bed extender. This is the Groovy T-Bone. I think the biggest difference is the shape of this bar here. And then there's some differences to this crossbar that the kayak actually sets on. Kind of hard to find any big reviews on this online, so hoping this is helpful. I don't know, it talks about attaching rod mounts and cup holders. I don't know where you find this. I'm not sure if you find that on their website, but let's get this open and put it together. So I have a Rhino USA locking hitch pin, so I first just need to unlock that and remove my hitch. All right, so the orange piece is installed. If you look on this piece, these will be used to adjust the height. These two holes up here are for these brackets to actually hold on this crossbar. They give you the hardware for this. I'm not seeing any tools given in the kit, so I've just got a 1/2 inch socket there. For the bolts, for the nuts, I'm sorry, and then for the bolts, you just need an Allen key. I've just got a makeshift ratchet set to make this easier for me. So my Allen key set is just really bulky and not great to use. And so these are going to be installed like this. And notice here there's a ridge, and that ridge is going to slide in or just be supported there to help it from spinning around. So I'll install that now. Well, I got one of these on very tight. This one has seized up and I can't get it on or off. So I'm hoping that just that's in there, it's just loose, but it's not coming off. Definitely, I've already tried using a impact driver, but this one's on very tight and not going anywhere, so that'll just have to do. All right, this is 50 inches long, so the middle will be 25 inches. I'm just eyeing this. I see a hole here, hole here, hole here, hole there. I just want to get these pieces that slide in the channel to be relatively close to the spot they need to be. So the way this slides in is this little nubbin will be pointed up towards the bracket. It's really the only way it'll slide in. So the way I'm going to put this in is I'm going to have the washer here and then the lock washer installed like that. Now I'm noticing where maybe I should have done this a different way is these bolts may be covering up this hole. Not too bad. Okay, so you saw this bolt was not seated correctly. And what it's doing is it's causing me not to be able to put this screw in this hole. So, if you're doing this, don't let this happen. Or what I should have done is maybe installed these brackets on the pole first before attaching it to here. So, tip for the viewer. Okay, once I used an Allen wrench to tighten all these down, and I'm just going to have to, again, rely with one less bolt. It's not ideal, but it'll hold. It's just the end of a kayak. Then we need to install this so it is level with the truck bed. And that looks about right. This looks a little low. I've only got so many holes to deal with. There's that one. That's lined up at the next lowest, and that looks too high. But that may be just what we have to go with. I mean, it's okay if there's weight going forward into the truck. I don't want weight coming backwards. And so this may be the best place to put it. Okay, so you can see how this is oriented with the grooves kind of pointing at maybe like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock or 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, which is okay because the way these arms are set up is that they actually slide in at an angle and then sit on top of the crossbar here. The kit does come with this piece of plastic to slide in on the top, I think just to make it a little bit softer on the kayak. This is nicely painted aluminum, but I think just to maybe keep it from getting scratched and also scratching up your kayak, sliding in this piece of plastic from the end. And then it leaves an inch and a half or so on each side, which will be where the arms attach. Okay, I'm just making sure they're centered and they look good, and then you can just tighten them down with your Allen wrench. There's still a little give in there, which is nice, I think, as you're loading the kayak on and off, and maybe it'll bow and move with the edge of the kayak. And they give you some caps here. I don't know how long these will stay on. They are a little flimsy. But there was just a yellow jacket flying around me, so maybe this will just keep from yellow jackets making their nest in there. And these edges are a little sharp, so this actually is nice too, to, as I'm walking around the truck bed with this on it, I'm less likely to slice my arm on it. Okay, that was super easy to load. I think having this a little higher than the bed was the right choice. It just keeps everything kind of leaning towards the truck. I would be afraid if it dipped on that next setting, it would feel like it should roll back. Don't want that. I thought these would maybe be better if they were closer in, but I mean, these are fixed in place, and I don't feel like unscrewing every time just to unload and load. For me to pull it all the way out, I couldn't have these very close to the kayak as I'm loading and unloading. So I'll need to strap this down. Guessing right here might be the best place to strap. When talking about strapping this down, something I'm intrigued by, I just learned from TikTok, is using your bed latch. Apparently you can take a ratchet strap hook and lock it in. Haven't ever tried this before. I don't know what these are rated for, but I mean, this is a empty kayak. It's not that heavy, so I can't imagine this would be too much pressure. And maybe I just won't tighten this all the way just to keep these hooks from these latches from bending. But just learned that today and thought that was pretty interesting. So the way I just ratcheted this down was just tying it around the base of this. I felt like putting it way up here, even in the middle, would just make me feel a little uneasy. Again, empty kayak. This thing is secured. It's attached the same way over there, just kind of around this channeling in this base, and then just around the base of that upright piece. And then, I mean, especially if I bolt it here on the tailgate or strap it here on the tailgate, I don't see this going anywhere. Okay, so there you have it. That is the Boonedox T-Bone bed extender. Really happy with this purchase. It's low profile, and it does exactly what I need it to do now that I've got a trolling motor for the kayak, making it a little bit heavier so I can't put it up on the roof rack. So this bed extender is perfect for what I need it for. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment any questions or improvements I should have done when installing this. I know I pointed out a few, but I'm sure y'all will find many more. Till next time.